RipCord versus BoreSnake versus BoreSnake Generation 2. When it comes time to clean your bore, any of these can make the job a lot easier, but they each have their pros and cons. I'll start off with the RipCord by OTiS. This, as you can see, has threaded ends for pulling if need be. Lets you know the caliber imprinted on the metal there. Start with the thin end, pull through, and the thicker end is supposed to have a braided weave in it, or there's a braided cord that wraps around there to help push this material into the grooves of your rifling. It's not so apparent on the 223, it is on the bigger calibers. I have to say, overall, these aren't bad. However, the material, this cloth here, it seems to fray a little bit, also loosens and stretches over time. And we've had it on some of our older ones where it will begin to bunch on the chamber end as you're pulling through. Gets a little annoying. I talked to OTiS about it, and they say that usually comes from abuse, and that although these things can be washed, you don't want to wash them with any detergents. Also, you don't want to get any solvents on them. That's the stuff that breaks down the fabric on the outside of these. The original BoreSnake has sort of revolutionized everything for several of us. Has bristles, barely still there on this one, it's kind of worn out. Like a conventional brush, and then gets broader. Got a loop here in case you have an OS moment. And a nice weight on the end that's not threaded and gives you the caliber designation on it. These aren't bad. I've never really had much trouble with these. The BoreSnake 2.0, also not threaded on the end. They incorporated this little plastic guide that's supposed to help keep things from getting snagged on the throat of the chamber and help basically serve as a guide like you'd have on a conventional pushrod system. Then you've got your bristles and of course the material. This has two colors to make it extra exciting. I had one of these fail on me in a 223. Now this one's obviously not 223 caliber, but the joint connecting the pull string to the rest of it came undone with the snake about halfway through. Totally killed the quick and ease of using one of these things. Because with those bristles on there, obviously it doesn't want to go against the rifling. So trying to push it from muzzle end back out, the loose cable that was left, proved quite difficult. And of course you can't push it chamber to muzzle either because it's a soft material that just bunches up. So that's my warning of the hazard with the BoreSnake 2.0. Original BoreSnake, like I said, never had any trouble. I think they're great. And the OTiS RipCord also so far seems to be great. And when the material bunches up or stretches, you just give a little tug and it seems to be just fine. That's on one we use at the range that's probably been overused for a couple of years now. So my advice, original BoreSnake, yes. OTiS RipCord, yes. BoreSnake 2.0, no. Thanks for watching.